Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mahalo Hello Las Vegas and then some. I'm your girl, Tony Rose, with my sister.
Hey, everybody. It's the people's bestie, your favorite MC. It's your girl, Lepa Leps. Me and Tony Rose are coming at you with big, big love from the 702. And, of course, always keeping it live in the 725. And today we are hooping it up with the heroes.
Hey. Sister.
Like a little jingle.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, we have to celebrate Women's History Month because
go.
we must. It's a must.
Should be celebrating it every single day of the year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. We're just going to do this.
Hallmark can't afford it.
It's okay. It's all good.
Well, sister, I'm really, really happy to be back in studio. How was your week? How was your day?
It's good.
How's everything going?
Life is always lifing, you know what I mean? So but it's always such a, good opportunity for us to just come in. It's like kind of our therapy session when we come in here. And I love when we have guests in here and we celebrate, not only businesses and events and things that are happening here in Vegas, but also to just people in general. Because because when people win, we win, they win, we win. And when we win, they win.
We're just winning all around.
That's what we want to do.
Speaking of winning, we have a lot of winners in the house. Round of applause for these ladies.
Yes.
All these ladies in the building today are just trailblazers in their own right, but they've also collaborated so that they are a force to be reckoned with. So I'm really happy to have in studio today the founder of Heroes League and also a personal friend, Miss Jennifer Gonzalez.
Choo.
Welcome back.
Yes.
And then to her left is Miss Barbie, founder of Check Rock. Which is a mental health, just an encouragement for our younger generation, right? Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about that. And she's been hooping it up for about 10 years now. So welcome to the show. And to her right is Miss Brianna. She is also a leader in our community, and she has a nonprofit here. It's called Master the Game, and where she mentors a lot of our youth into learning more about how to get into professional basketball and how just to learn the game. So thank you for joining us. Yeah. And then last but not very least is Miss Ashley, hooping it up for 8 years. She's also a business owner and just a boss lady, along with Miss Pam here, who's going to capture some of behind the scenes of the print lab. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank
you for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it. We're here to celebrate Women's History Month, but also each other and all the things that you guys do. Jen, let's kick it off with you, and let's recap on the event for March 21st, and then we'll get into everybody's kind of like her story.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you again for having us. You're so amazing. It's so good to see you, sis.
Yes,
you weren't here last time, so I'm feeling all of the love, all of the positive vibes. Let's go. And so we're super excited to just really promote this event to celebrate Women's History Month. At the Downtown Container Park, it is Friday, March 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. Okay. There's going to be women business owners, so it's going to be a pop-up, but then we are going to have a fashion show with a local women's clothing business owner. So and the models are going to be the women athletes of the league and then some other women from the Women of Impact, which we are collaborating for this event. Nice. So that organization is comprised of other women professionals. Yeah. And we're calling it an empowerment walk because those women that are going to be walking across stage are going to be breast cancer survivors, domestic violence survivors, and they're going to be able to be telling her story.
Oh man, I get chills.
Period.
That's just chill.
I know. I got the chills too.
No,
did you get the chill factor?
I did, girl. That's. I mean, just even hearing about that. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
So we're super excited. And actually, I didn't even get to talk about it, but it's a 2-day event, and so that's why I brought Barbie and Bree because they're both participating in the Friday event and the Saturday event.
Perfect.
But the Saturday event is going to be an all-star game.
Nice.
And then the all-star game, so these women are going to be playing against each other. So that's going to be fun. You have to come watch.
Yes.
But as you're going to find out in the show that they are also pioneers in the community and what they're doing and what they're giving back to. So we wanted to be able to showcase their skills, but also give them their flowers for all the amazing things that they're doing for other people. And so it's well deserved. And so that's Saturday, March 22nd, and that will be at Shoot 360.
Okay.
And so we're going to be actually hooping it up over there.
For real, hooping it up.
Yes.
Hey, girls, we wore our hoops today.
All the hoops are coming out.
This is the most hoops that you'll see from me, okay? Hoops and
donuts.
Yeah, and maybe some hoops, some
Don't
onion
tempt me
rings.
with the good
okay?
stuff.
Right?
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. I know sports is a huge influence in a lot of, of our next generation now. It's like that's their hope to get into professional basketball or whatever the sport is, right? So talk about how important it is for you, Barbie, to have had that sport and continue to play.
I mean, that's part of the reason that I came out here to play basketball is because, as a woman athlete, it's not really a lot of opportunities for us out there. Mm-hmm. And, I hear about this league out here in Vegas, and that's going every Sunday, and it's so many teams in there and so many girls from all over like that and play, Division I or overseas and everything, or even in the WNBA, and I'm like, I need parts of that, and I mean, from the first game, I was in love, and like Jen was like, wait, what? You have a flight? Where are you going? I was like, back home. I'm from Detroit. And she was like, wait, did you just fly here to play? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I heard about your league and I'm here. And she was like, you're coming every Sunday. I said, I'll be here every Sunday. And I was here every Sunday.
Wow.
Faithfully. Wow. And I mean, I did that for about 4 years. And then I said, all right, I'm going to move to Vegas.
Hey, when God wants to replant you, he'll be like, this is church and you're going to get replanted.
Right?
And now you're here.
Right? You're going to make it to church on time, girl. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, I have to insert that. That is such a great introduction to just a community event. Not so much like, oh, I'm moving to Vegas because I want a new place, right? It's like there's a purpose and there's a connection instantly because of the sport. So, Brianna, what about yourself? You've been playing you've been playing basketball for a long time. So how do you mentor the children that you work with? Like, how does that start off? What grade do you work with?
Yeah, well, mainly it's from my own personal experience. Like, I feel like that's something that's unique for me. I can tell them everything that I went through, and I've pretty much seen everything that they're probably going to go through.
Right.
So, and then the things that I don't, obviously, just building that relationship with them and like having that trust with them and that personal relationship to really like get in their minds and understand what they're going through and try to figure out how to navigate that situation and help them kind of like mitigate the things that I went through, because there are a lot of struggles. Sports is like the best teacher, but there's a lot of lessons in there. So if I can like help them get some of those things out of the way and get in front of it, then I feel like that's what they need, especially now with all the different ways that basketball has grown and the different ways women can make money and like and just like having clouded judgment. Right now, everything's like so on money and what you can get out of the situation. So I'm really preaching like, what can you do to grow yourself?
Come on.
Because when you grow yourself and your mind, then you can do anything. You can get anything you want. That's my main focus with the kids.
I love that growth mindset, right?
Because I love it that you said, it's not only just for the sport itself to give them guidance, but to grow themselves. Because a lot of people may not know this, but they think, oh, I'm just going to go into this sport because of this. But a lot of those players and stuff, they have businesses on the outside. They don't know about that. They're building their future, and so to have somebody like you come in, and even your foundation to come in and provide that service, a lot of kids don't have that support at home.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so to have to provide that's really powerful. And I'm so grateful. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And this is why we have these conversations, because it brings like us as women, moms and entrepreneurs, we have the opportunity to get ideas and reassess like, hey, where can we kind of work around new ideas, and what doesn't work will work because we've seen it work, right, with other women. And because you guys are also mentors and, your own leaders, clinical health, you're studying, you're getting your master's in clinical
mental health counseling.
Mental health counseling. Okay, so what made you want to pursue that? Was it because working with the youth, or has it always been that?
Because everything I've learned up until I started grad school about 3 or 4 years ago has been based on my personal experience. And that's all I can speak from. But having that education to back it up and know more than just, you know, myself and my own experience, I want to be able to reach the kids that maybe, you know, our situations don't align exactly. But I've done my research enough and have mentors that help me through, you know, learning how to like be there for them in the best way that they need. Like, it's not about me, it's about them. So how can I show up for them?
I love that too, because it also builds your authority, because you speak from your experience, but even if they're like wondering about some other areas, you have that backing and that authority to kind of come like, hey, you know, I can, and also to the asking of support from your mentors and stuff to go alongside that. That's amazing. I'm like, wow, I love that.
You know, as these younger, you know, children or adolescents grow, they want to explore sports, business, and then become more entrepreneurial. Like, you know, for example, you guys are talking about business in sports. You have to reinvest your, and I talk about business because you want to reinvest your money and grow it somehow, right? Because it's not all about the money, and it's not about the contract. It's not about that. Speaking of business, we have Miss Ashley here. She also owns her own local business, Women Run. So Pam, you and Pam run it together, and kudos to you guys. You have been in business for
about 4 years now.
Okay, let's talk about it. What do you guys do? And let's get into it.
We have our print shop. We do screen printing, embroidery, promotional printing. One of our goals this year was to be more involved in the community.
Nice.
But we always love helping out Jen and, you know, getting involved with that. So sponsor them and do shirts for them and stuff.
That's awesome. And how did you get into that business? Because I know you also play basketball, and you've played basketball in the league as well. So talk about how that segued into your business.
I've always been in the league for about 8 years now, and we started this from Pam's clothing line, and now we just try to do what we can in the community. And Jen, you know, growing up in Hawaii, we're growing on, like, you know, family, togetherness, unity. So it's nice that she gives us this space to, you know, come together and and I'm glad that she's doing the fashion show, because we all do have, you know, our businesses, our lives outside of basketball. So it's nice to meet everyone and, you know, see what they do.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little about the Check Rock. Let's talk about that a little, Barbie. What do you offer, and like how did you get started in that?
Check Rock is raising awareness and prevention for bullying, mental health, and suicide awareness. I started it when one of my college teammates completed suicide, and then 2 years after that, my sister completed suicide. So it was really hard for me, and like to see how people deal with that type of grief. And as a victim of bullying myself, like, you know, that also has an impact on people's growth and development too. And everybody deals with mental health as well. I just, you know, was like, hey, I need to come up with something that, you know, we can get out here in the community and like let people know that they're not by themselves and they have a resource to, you know, turn to. The only way that I even know how to get to people is through basketball, and that's the gift that God blessed me with. So he gave me this platform to even work with Jen with and impact people and like tell them about my business. I've done a couple pop-ups. I've appeared at, we got a couple teachers in the league, and they've invited me to their classrooms. And you know, I love going to the schools, because like the kids they tell me like, you know, these resources that the school district have provided and spent millions on, they don't work, and they feel like they don't care as much. But mine is very personable, you know, and they're like, hey, please come back, like, you know, come see us. And I'm like, hey, whenever, you know, I'm there, let me know. So it's been nice. It's been nice. I really took off around COVID, because that's when we realized a lot of kids deal with a lot of things at home, you know, and outside of school. So it's been great, you know. We're only getting bigger, and like I always say, you know, we just trying to grow the army. So
I love that.
Grow the army.
So good. I mean, for you to just, I mean, I love it because like you guys were talking about like your experience. It's all based on our story, our own personal story. And then taking that, but then saying, okay, you know what, it's not just about me, because what you guys go through, sometimes it's not for us to keep, but it's for us to pass on. And it's for us to help guide and provide that space. And, you know, celebrating women's, you know, empowerment month. I'm just saying the Women's Month period. I mean, come on, we celebrate. Well, sometimes we celebrate it every month. Some people do. Anyways,
all the time, every month.
But you know what? I mean, that ship has sailed for me. But anyways, it's a different story. It's a different her story. Okay, but you know, I love it. I love it that you guys come in. You know, it is such a powerful show today to celebrate women and on all you guys are doing. I mean, I feel empowered. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
No, and it's great. So important, you know, because you know, back in the day, it's like, okay, women usually stay at home, you know, caregivers, caretakers, and family nurturers. Now it's like, because of the economy, we have to be out here also in our hustle and making sure that we're also providing. You know, most of us, if anything, like I would love to be just a nurturer or whatever, but it's like at this point, everybody has to survive. We have to put in, you know, our 8 hours or whatever. But, you know, for Jen, this is such an amazing, collaboration of impactful women, you know, and I know that everybody wants to be a part of something. So how does it feel to see it come to life? Because I know how an idea can be planted. God plants something in you and you're like, all right, how do I work about this, Lord? And then when you see it growing and as you're watering it, he's working to grow it, right? How does that feel?
Amen. Yeah. This definitely felt like a calling. Yeah. Because I just love people. I love these women. I love you guys already. I always love to see the light in someone. And so that's kind of where I start. And so to be able to, that's my perspective. And when I see people and then that it actually comes to fruition, to get to see women that might not know each other and really see the connection happen and the power happen and the impact happen, I feel fulfilled and purposeful. And knowing that it, like you said, it's not just about us, right? It's not just about me, but it's being able to lift other women up, give them a megaphone and let their voices be heard. And that's, you know, especially everything that they're saying in each avenue, in each experience is the opportunity to impact another young girl, because that's how I felt. And especially, I know we were talking about it on the other show, whenever growing up in Texas and being a young Filipino girl playing basketball, it was like, there was nobody around like me. I was like, am I the only Asian chick out here? And I felt so just isolated. And I felt like, man, if I had someone to look to that said they can do that, to feel that empowered. So growing up, I was like, knowing the power of that, now I can have this platform to raise these women up and know that that's what they're doing for other young women, is empowering that future.
And Brianna, tell me how many children or how many of your kids that you work with have that experience, and how do you kind of go about that? Like if they feel, you know, that they're not like the other.
Sorry, can you ask that question?
Like, you know, you work with a lot of kids, and I'm sure you work with different, you know, races and backgrounds. So how do you, you know, mentor somebody that feels how Jen feels, you know, like, oh, I feel alone, or I don't have someone to go to. Are you the sounding board, or do you have resources that you...
Yeah, I would definitely say to embrace your uniqueness. Like... Step one is to own who you are and have confidence in that. And then step two, like as a mentor, is for me to connect with the people that I know, to find someone that they can go to have that. Because, you know, it may not be me. I might be able to just reach a certain level with them. But if I can kind of reach to my connections and figure out someone that can help them along the way, then that's also a part of what we do with the nonprofit. So throughout the season, it's my plan to kind of have like a cohort of women that I've to have a cohort of women that have either been where these young girls want to go to, or maybe they're in the business or in the field of where they want or where they think they want to do, and kind of connect them so they can have a mentor throughout their season or throughout, you know, a duration of time, to where they can like feel a connection and hopefully like build their own group of mentors.
That's awesome.
And what about Ashley? You know, you're giving back product and things back to the community to help, you know, with this organization just come to life. So how does that feel to be able to do that for the community?
It feels great, you know, just giving when we can, because you can do as much as you can do. You know, Jen's like the glue of all of us. She brings us all together and
I love it.
puts on these events for us to come and show up and meet everyone. So we're going to help where we can.
Come on. Well, I love it that because, you know, when you said that, because a lot of people don't know. If what they don't know, they won't ask. Some of them, they have the questions, but they don't know where to go to. And for you, Jen, to provide this space where people are like, I never knew this. You know what I mean? I never knew that this was a program. So people need to know more about this. They need to know more so they can come. So because you have this event, is it only like once a year or is it like a quarterly thing, or what do you?
So we've been doing it annually.
Okay.
And then we have 21, 22, 23, and then we missed a year. I had a lot of life stuff happening.
That's okay. Life, like I said,
life was definitely lifing.
That's okay.
But then again, too, that's why there's amazing resources about like there was actual some like mental health challenges that I was going through, and I think a lot of times people don't want to talk about that, and then they try to do things by themselves. And so being able to get through that, go to therapy, do those types of things to help your mental health. And be an overcomer. Right? And then to come back this year, not just better, but stronger. And with the army that's growing.
Let's go.
And with the lessons. To know that, yes, we took those lessons and we're moving forward. And I get to speak that, and then not just, again, me speak it, but then also have the other voices that are coming along with me.
Yeah, I love that because like you were saying, there are challenges. Life was lifing. And I'm sure all of you guys have had that experience where there have been challenges in your own personal walk, and even with the foundation and the businesses that you guys own. I mean, with these challenges, how do you guys like maybe take your time, like go through and see like how do you yourself like overcome challenges that come to you personally as well as for your foundation? How do you overcome that? Like, you know?
I mean, I just really tapped into my faith.
Come on.
Like I've realized that God's not gonna put me through anything that I can't handle.
I know that's right.
And you know, when I put it all in His hands and let Him just guide me, like I know I'm protected through that journey, and I get through every time. So even this smile on my face right now is like, this is the smile that I made. Like there's nobody else responsible for it. Like you'll never know what I'm going through in my life because I mean I don't show it and I don't feel it either. You know, so that's just just from my faith, honestly, and I definitely encourage people to tap into that if they have nowhere else to turn to, because I mean that's the only person who can help for real.
Come on. How about you, Bree?
Well, my challenge, I'm very open because, like you said, everyone kind of may be feeling the same things. I had a baby last year, so
Yes, Mom.
Don't even
Where?
1 year ago.
Congratulations.
Even that whole process of like body changes, and still trying to like make sure I'm present, like as a coach and like in the nonprofit and things like that. And it's really difficult.
The balance.
It's been hard to show up because he needs all of me as well. So really tapping into like speaking up for myself, like telling my husband like, here, you take the baby. I need to go and get away so I can plan out my day, so I can actually like know that I'm hitting everything, all my goals that I need to do. So that's been like the big
and being, because it's teamwork, because teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
So what about you, Ashley? How about you? Like when the challenges come and whatnot, like what is one thing that you go to, or what do you do?
I would just say having like a strong foundation, your family, your friends, and your partners, and back to Jen, like having a place to come and decompress, play basketball, let all that, whatever you have going on.
That's right. Hoop it up. Yeah, that's right.
I know. I feel like, when you guys are in the sport or you're playing, you just have to be present. There's no way you can be anywhere else because, you can fall. There's all the aspects of sports. But I think that's where you also grow as an individual. You learn teamwork, time management, the responsibility of the other players. And if you're coaching or if you're the one leading coordinating the event, you have to make sure everybody's safe, right? And present.
Absolutely.
Because if someone's missing, you're like, roll call. Well, where are they? Now we gotta check in. Like, Brian, where are you?
But it builds a family too, because you know what I mean. This is more than just an empowerment in an army. It's a family, and what you do for your family, what you want to do, like you become family because you guys love a certain sport or something that brings you guys together. But then you guys are also like, you want to see each other succeed. When one, like you said, is missing, you're like, hey, what's going on with her? Oh, I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna check on in. And that's the team. That's the circle that you want to have. You know what I mean? To support you and pull you up and not pull you down, right?
Yeah.
And Jen, so like when you guys are doing your thing, I mean, I know you have a lot of teams, right? So what to expect on the 21st and 22nd?
Yes.
So the 21st is at Downtown Container Park, and that's going to be more of like a networking and events. And then 22nd is going to be the actual games where you guys are totally hooking it up.
And that was the whole goal. So again, when we're talking about, and I love that word, right? And I keep saying it, is community. And my play on words, but as always, like the emphasis on unity, right? Because when we're coming together, and that was the goal, is to bring these two worlds together. When we're talking about women specifically, but then business and the sports world, right? Because a lot of these women might not necessarily know about basketball, know about sports, but they're business owners.
Right.
So at this networking event, that's the goal, is to say, hey, yes, we do these things, but come watch our game tomorrow.
Right.
Or you've never seen a basketball game before. Guess what, girlfriend? I'm playing tomorrow. Come cheer for me.
Right.
Yes, and that's bringing us together. And I love what Ashley's talking about, like with the league, because we've been doing it for 15 years, that women say that, like, this is my church. You know, they come and they get to leave all of it at the door.
Right.
They see their friends, and they just get to play.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're free of that. And then to build those relationships. I've seen best friends come out of this. I've seen girls get married that met each other. There was a referee that married one of the basketball players, and they met in the league. And to know that, like, you know, that was the area that they met was through this league that was created.
Right.
And so I give all that testament to God and that vision that He put on my heart to, like, just say, yeah, you want to play basketball, but it's not just about you. It's so much bigger than you.
And isn't it great that, like, we can all be in one room, right, and just be able to speak life into what we're doing, because there are women that are finding their voice right now that are hoping, like, oh, well, I have this idea, and this is an opportunity to come to the Downtown Container Park, meet like-minded women, and just, you know, free flow. And, you know, you never know who you're going to meet there, right? And business owners I know we're always open to having a conversation and sharing our failures so that the next person can succeed. And, you know, it's not a shortcut, but it's through experience. Like, you know, you said, Barbie, it's through our experience that we can share and pass our know-how so that the next generation can build, right? So,
I have a question. So it's from 6 to 9, you said, on Friday, correct? Is it a paid event, or is it a free event, or do they have to pay, like, you know, more information, like they have to get tickets for the game as well on Saturday?
So on Friday it is a free event at the Container Park. So, and again, that was to just make sure that anybody that can come can meet and know these women, see the fashion show, see the empowerment walk. For the All-Star game, we are going to do, it's kind of like a fundraiser for both the Women of Impact. So shout out Christina.
Shout out Christina.
She was supposed to be here, but she got
it's okay. Shout her out. Say all her business.
But she's collaborating, to help host, do all the logistic operations for the event. And so that's going to be a fundraiser for both of our organizations. So there's a $5 door fee to be able to come watch.
That is affordable.
You don't need to buy Starbucks that day. Just come and watch the basketball game.
No 2 for $5 from McDonald's. You guys. Just stop by there, okay? Otherwise, you need to go play basketball and work off that 2 for $5. Hello.
Yeah, true story. So I'm really happy that you know, we can invite these impactful women and just talk story to each other, with each other, and just really inspire one another. And I know that you guys have had your hurdles in building who you are as an individual, but also, you know, your hurdles in whatever aspect you're trying to share with, whether it's your nonprofit, your business, or your service. So, and school, right? School is another thing.
Especially
always learning. We're always learning. So let's do this. Ashley, if you can advise maybe a young lady or a young entrepreneur out there, give them some words of wisdom that you've kind of learned in the 4.5 years that you've been in business.
I would say just never give up. You know, we have so many times where we're down and low, and what do we do? What do we do? You know, you just have to keep pushing. And it's so crazy because we were just at a coffee shop and we were talking about what we can do, what kind of events we can be out there doing. And Jen had literally texted me that day. So it worked out really crazy. But just believe in yourself, you know?
I love that. I love it. Let's pass it on.
Yeah.
Come on, Bree. Let's go.
I would say to embrace challenges. I think from just being a coach, and I'm sure everyone, just with the way the world is, a lot of people have trouble accepting responsibility for things. And the sooner you accept the responsibility and know that like you actually have control, a lot of us feel like these things are happening to me. No, you actually have the power to change things and make them go the way you want them if you just kind of take things in your own hands and make decisions for yourself. You don't need approval from anybody else. You don't need somebody to tell you that you can do it. Like, if you have that belief in yourself, other people will hop on board with you.
Come on. I love that. Okay, well, what about you, Barbie? Come on. I know.
Hey, you know I got one.
With that smile, she has it all right.
I mean, I honestly just suggest you protect your peace.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to doubt you. And, you have to believe in yourself and, stick with it and, see it through. I moved out here on the Dollar and a Dream with Jen's League in my heart. And I've literally done things that I never even had thought I was going to do. I mean, you see me on the sidelines at the Aces game and I'm looking for the heroes in the crowd. Like, I'm here because of them, So never forget where y'all come from either. Appreciate the people that have helped you on your journey and give thanks where you can, while you can, give flowers while you can too.
All right, and the best is yet to come for all you guys. Of course, please, Jen.
How do I wrap that up? Just keep dreaming.
Yeah.
Reach for the stars always. I think it's always important, though, to make sure that you have the right people in your corner.
Come on.
Because I'm a firm believer that you can never do anything alone, right? That there always has to be a support system. There always has to be someone, whether it's your faith in God, but then also having people around you that are going to cheer and support for you. So, and I think rejection is God's redirection. To know that failure,
Are we church today?
Yes, we are.
It's just coming in droves.
Failure is not failure; it's moving forward. Right. So, because I think each of us can talk about that. I know Ashley talked about it as well. Like, that you just keep moving, and so and do it with the right people. And I love everything that you guys said. That there's always signs. There's signs everywhere that are going to point you in that right direction. A lot of those signs are in the form of God's angels and people that are here for you. So pay attention. So yes.
Ponga atención, everybody. Pay attention.
We are definitely in your guys' corner, all of you guys. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat. Makatay lava. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you guys so much for your commitment to our community, your commitment to stick to the vision and to keep on pressing on. And as long as we're here, we're going to push you guys. We're going to lift you guys up, like I said, because when you guys win, we win. And when we win, you win. It's about all of us pushing forward. And what's this? You say fall forward. If we fall, we fall forward. And we're going to keep on pressing on together.
And pass the ball to the next generation. Right?
Oh, come on.
Okay, basketball.
Girl.
I'm on the sideline. Would you say sideline? Well, okay. Downtown Container Park, March 21st is Downtown Container Park from 6 to 9. You guys check it out. It's a free family event. Please come through. This is going to be an amazing women's, networking event, but also for the community, just to understand, everybody's story. Meet somebody. And if you're an entrepreneur or a woman that wants to take on or maybe play basketball, and you haven't played in a while, come see Jen. Go see Jen.
Or if you want to play.
Or if you want to learn how to play.
Learn how to play. You can start by the sidelines first. But, that's how you do it. And then on Saturday. Come on, sister, talk about Saturday.
Saturday is going to be at
Shoot 360.
Shoot 360.
And what time does that start?
That will start at 6:30.
6:30 with a $5 donation at the door, please. Or more. If you want to give more, it's okay. $100? Sure, just drop it in the bucket.
Drop it in the bucket.
Right? Drop it in the bucket,
Well, we are always excited to have women of impact, women who have a beautiful story. We all have a story to share. And here we just want to give you, the space to amplify and, like you say, give you the megaphone to share what it is that you've been through and just be relatable. I think with Jen's league, it's such a beautiful time now because we are in our prime and we want to make sure that we're leaving a legacy. And 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
And she don't even look
I was like, were you born? And then you said,
she's 21. Okay.
were great.
15 years looking like she's 21.
That's
Blessing.
great. And I
What a
know I do
blessing.
have to shout out my family because
Go
I know
for
I
it.
talked about it
Let's
from the
go.
last time.
Let's go.
Is that Jace, Jackson, James? They are my staff, my support, my rock, my everything, my core, my purpose, my reason, why I do these things. But whenever I first started the league, that's what they were doing. They were taking score, helping me. We used to come in with like buckets and like wagons for jerseys and scorebooks and everything, and they did it with a smile.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate them. But the other side of that is the coin is that we met amazing women and gave them that opportunity to not just play basketball, but to connect and continue their dreams and follow their purposes and their passions. So shout out to those strong men in my life. I know we're talking about the women, but I got a good support.
Well, with his story, you have her story.
Yep.
So we're here telling the story, and we are really just happy for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today on Mahalo Halo Las Vegas and then some. Her story, March 21st to 22nd, 6 to 9 on Friday and 6:30 on the 22nd Saturday. And as always, you guys can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on Amazon Fire TV. Listen to us on the PHLV radio app or get us on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
Okay, sister, all in one breath.
Woo.
Hallelujah.
All right, let me go get my cardio and I'm going to go play basketball now. I'm
I'm gonna watch MC Lepa Lep. Love you guys. Mahalo and Mabuhay.
See you guys.